We're live. I don't know if any of you guys watch poker at all, but I'm rocking my best Doug Polk haircut right now. All right, so we just did a threesome video, and sounds dirtier than it was. I just broke down step by step exactly how you're going to want to approach those experiences and be able to, if you want them, be able to get them exactly as you want them. So that's up. The other thing that people asked about was self-love and setting strong boundaries. So let's go into that. And sorry, I just got a message. Ahmed and Nicholas are going to be joining us for another call, and we're setting that up now. So that's going to be tight. The question that I got asked was this. When you present yourself early on to set the right expectations, there seems to be a conflict between presenting yourself in a way early on that does not scream boyfriend material too much and not behaving in a way that can be misleading to the girl to force her to have expectations of you. Some girls will do too much early in and will expect you to reciprocate to them. Needy girls, how do you pace these girls? You don't want to do too much, not too little. Topic that I would be interested to hear you touch on is about how you set that right frame from the start based on the way you behave around the girls. Not being afraid and shamelessly own the fact that you date other girls, the way you set up your environment to show that lifestyle, including maybe leaving condoms and handcuffs out in the open, staying congruent and honest in the face of shit tests. How does this go back to self-love and appreciating the sexual nature in the end? Okay. So here it is. When you're first on a date with a woman, congratulations. And she is very lucky. Good for her. The idea is pretty simple. What's your reality? Own it. What is your reality? What's real to you? Is that real to you? Okay, then let it be known. Why would you show something that wasn't what's really real? Let it be known. Honesty. That's what that is, man. What is your reality? Are you the master of your reality? Or is it just happening to you and you're just going along with it? It might be the second one in a philosophical sense, but you know what? That's not very masculine and attractive in a mating context, is it? Think somebody sitting there fumbling a bunch of juggling balls is gonna get his dick sucked? No, women don't want to sleep with a man who's sitting there going, oh, what's your reality? What is your reality? What is it? Why do you do what you do? What are you going to do to this woman? What do you mean to her? What can you be to her? What role are you playing in her life? Do you know that? Then be that. Be proud of it. Be happy for it. Know it's good for her. How does that relate to self-love? Well, it's definitely acceptance. And acceptance is a big part of self-love. But I would argue when you love yourself and you share your reality, it's infectious. There are empty hearts out there that don't feel love. They don't feel love for themselves. They don't feel love from others. And they gravitate towards a man who loves himself because it fills them with that contagious, infectious, empathetic energy. It makes you free. Self-love makes you free. Why would I not be what I am? I love myself. Of course I'm going to be what I am. And that's how it really is. And I'm going to tell you or show you how it really is. Why are we here? Because this is dope to do. This is what I wanted to be doing. Guess what I want to do next if I like you? Well, guess what I might want to do next, depending on how it goes when I take you home. When you come home with me, let's say. Okay. And if it doesn't, who's missing out? Me or them? It's not me. I mean, don't get me wrong, like that exact moment with that person might be gone, but they're missing out on the full experience of having a good man in their life, which they don't have many of. On the contrary, the majority of women that I interact with and date are great women. I wouldn't date them if they weren't. So I'm not missing out on anything. And they would have to be a fool not to want to interact with someone who's this well-intentioned, interesting, and sexually skilled and passionate and fun to be around and good at sex and emotionally insightful. So engaging and supportive. And I lost out on what if they didn't want to go with me? Someone who wasn't into sleeping with cute guys who are fun to sleep with. I can lose that woman, and it's fine. I dare say I'll survive, but I don't know that her reality would be the same, because when you're a high value man, you can impact people emotionally. You can change the way they see the world. You should. What do fucking hot women say all the time? I want to be around someone that has something to teach me. I want to learn from my partner. I want someone who challenges me. I want someone dominant. I want someone respectful, though. People think dominance like treating a woman like shit. You're a fucking idiot and you're a piece of shit. Stop being around women. You're just abusing the fact that you understand a couple attraction switches and you're being a fucking asshole. You're perpetuating a cycle of suffering on insecure girls that you don't need to put fucking logs in that fire. Do better. Love yourself and have fucking standards for yourself and how you want to conduct yourself. How do you want to fucking interact with other people? You want to be known for being the guy who always got the hot insecure girl by being aloof and distant and an asshole? I'll say, fuck you. Good for you. Doesn't impress me. You want to impress me? Go out and make a new friend. And I don't know if I believe in being friend zoned, because I sleep with my female friends and they're my friends and I sleep with them. So I don't even know if you can be friend zoned when you're high value and attractive and sexual. Maybe after you've had sex for a while, but like before you have, I don't even know if that's possible. Unless there's just like zero interest from your part, like from me, because it's outside my realm of experience. Occasionally it could be true. Like there are people that you're just not interested in that you like for whatever reason. But even then, like, put you guys in the right context alone in a room and things might happen. So anyways, going back to that question, when you're first meeting someone, what is your reality? What is it? Why are you dating them? Why are you there? What's your life like? I'm usually just waiting for them to figure out how much that they like me. Because the more they get to know me, the more there is to like. when they first encounter me through text and through pictures, there's no way they could have any sense of what my reality is like and what it's like to interact with me. I mean, any sense. It's not really fair. You can create a good sense of that through text and should. But still, in person, it's better because it's real and they get it. I mean, I've had women come over in less than 5 messages and just come to the house. So maybe it was 5 messages, I don't know. So what's your reality, man? Why are you with that woman? You're asking me, like, how do you tell her you're with other women? I wouldn't want to throw it in her face. But it should be obvious. Of course you are. What are you coming on this date having not had sexual partners for a while? That's ridiculous. Of course I have partners. Of course I've been having sex. So why am I meeting her? Could be awesome to get to know her and have sex with her. I mean, that's your reality, buddy. What do you mean? Are you having sex right now or not? If you are, that's what it is, ain't it? That's what it is. This is what we do. Of course, this is what we do. You have to explain that or apologize for that? That's a shit test, bro. Flip it. If I wasn't sleeping with other women, that would make me less successful as a man. Because I wouldn't be getting my needs met. Well, that just means you don't care about people. No, sorry, but I'm not 20 years old. I'm not just going out having a one-night stand. I'm not going to sleep with someone that I don't want to see again. Who would do that? That's a waste of time and energy and emotional resources. Now you understand how to have an emotional connection with someone. The sex is better. The woman doesn't wake up feeling like a piece of meat at the end of it, like she was just used. Give her the nice guy and the guy who uses a frame and be in the middle. Talked about that on the channel a lot. That's a gift from the gods for you guys, by the way. That frame has gotten me hundreds of successful dates. So I should say over 100. Because I didn't come up with it right when I was first starting. It's something that I built over time. Pretty early on, but talking about self-love again. Self-love is being at ease and being vulnerable and being self-protective. So you protect yourself, that's self-care. You show vulnerability, that's also self-care, because you want to have an emotional connection with someone so that you can enjoy them more. Let me go back to the question real quick. Why would you be afraid to talk about being with other women? She's going to not find you attractive because other women find you attractive? How does that make sense? Suddenly you're unsafe for her to care about because other women care about you? Are you using her for sex or not? If you are, fuck you, and she's right. If you aren't, then how is that relevant at all? That's a concern for her. She catches feelings for people that don't care about her back. That's a sense of her self-worth. That's an insecurity on her part. Why do I want to have feelings for someone I can't have monogamously to myself? Because having feelings for people is dope, and caring about people that are awesome is great, and having fun sex is fantastic. It's an insecurity based on her past experiences and how she's been treated and her sense of neediness. Make that okay. Resolve that for her. That's how. Help it make sense, emotionally, if not logically. If you're good for the woman and you're on her side, she has nothing to be afraid of, and your honesty can't hurt her. The only way you can hurt her is by lying, taking the choice away from her. She might develop attachment for you that makes her miss you. That's a good thing because she cares, and she's now engaged in a caring relationship with a man who also cares for her, who has a lot to offer and is high value, which most men are not. So now she's had the chance to have a real, high value, successful, emotionally mature, engaged relationship. Good for her. You've been good for her. And you've been honest. So whether they like your life or not, they must respect it. And they actually will respect your honesty. Anyone who doesn't is frankly not worth associating with. And it's very rare that they wouldn't. They're so refreshed by it. Because no one's honest to women. People lie to them constantly. It's fucking stupid. I can't believe you want to be a liar and because it would make you successful with women. There's got to be an emotional truth behind the play and the technique or the game. If you're using game, there's an emotional truth behind it that must matter, and it's fundamental, which is you're protective, you're good, you're fun, hence attractive, and you know what you're doing. How do you set that frame from the start? How do you show you have a highly sexual lifestyle? I mean, you can leave condoms and stuff out and lube and stuff out. I will leave them out because I use them so regularly. I just didn't see the efficiency of pulling them out constantly. Every time I was bringing a woman home, we were using it. So I just kept it out. That was a laziness thing. It also set the understanding that this is normal. But that's a very low benefit of it. I wasn't doing that for that reason. It just was that way. That's how shit really is. So if it's how it really is, then it's just what it is. You should probably try to be cleaner. If anything, it's more attractive. But I mean, do what you do. Show her what your world is like. Let her make the decision to stay. She can go or she can stay. If you guys care about each other and you have feelings now for each other, she'll probably want to continue to interact with you. She should. How do you make something sexual? What do you mean? Are you sexual? Then be yourself. Are you sexual? Then be yourself. If you're not, why are you trying to make something you're not? What are you doing? And if you are, enjoy your interaction with the woman and ask her to come home with you. And then kiss her. Make a move. And congratulations to you both. Pretty simple stuff, man. If for some reason you don't feel like this addressed what you're saying, you let me know. But this pretty much covers all that stuff. You don't do things to communicate extra. You just express yourself authentically as you are, as your life is, as you perceive yourself to be in the role you want to play in a woman's life. You can do it verbally. And if they agree and they stick around, it's permission to engage in that relationship. You can do it non-verbally. through leading and energy. Up to you. When you love yourself, you understand that you have significant value. And women are all too often dating men that do not have value, or will only date men that they see as having value, but a lot of times the value that those men have is lower than it should be. It's enough for sex, it's enough for a relationship, but it's not as high as it could be. Be one who's high and live your life. Engage in whatever kinds of relationships you want. If you're not leading it there, then she's leading it somewhere else. Don't be insecure about that. Just understand that. Until you both find a happy equilibrium. There are equilibriums. There are times when it's like, this is comfortable and good for both of us. This works. Let's do this. That's what I mean by leading sometimes. It's just like setting a frame and sticking to it. The frame you set at the beginning is often the one that sticks. So be careful how you frame yourself to the chick. And just going back to acceptance and self-love, we've covered. Let's go back just briefly to the honesty thing again. How am I saying this? How am I doing this? If she asks, you can tell her how it is. I love and care for women. I have relationships with multiple women. I have friends with multiple women. Or you can say, I used to date lots of women, but now I focus more on the quality of my connection, not just having people that I enjoy sleeping with and having fun dates with, but also now I have more meaningful connections with. So I'm not doing that as much. That's a frame of like, I used to be more extreme, now I'm less extreme. It makes it sound more comfortable. It's an option. But the reality is, your heart's big enough to have her in it, or you wouldn't be there with her. And that can be conveyed any number of ways. And should be being conveyed by how you're interacting with her. All right, guys. Good call. Thanks for the topic.